Hello, this is a tutorial on how to work with items in Easy Top-Down Template. I'll show you how to place and configure items in your level, explain the item configuration structure and data table, and demonstrate how to add new items to your project. Use the BP World Item Interactable Blueprint for any world-placed items. It's located in the Items folder, which you can find inside the Blueprints directory. To place an item, simply drag its actor into your level. Next, select the item settings from the database by assigning it an item handle. By default, items are defined in the DT Items TD data table. You can also create custom tables using the str item instance structure. Select the table and then pick your desired row settings. For example, let's place a pistol, a baseball bat, and a bandage. To place the pistol, choose Weapon Ranged Pistol 001 from the drop-down. To place the baseball bat, choose Weapon Melee Bat 001. To place the bandage, choose Usable Bandage 001. Each placed item inherits its own configured properties from the table. The amount value indicates how many units of that item are in a single stack. The pistol and bat stack to 1, the bandage stacks to 12. As you can see, the bandage's amount is currently set to 1. Let's reset it to its default maximum by clicking the arrow to the right of the amount field. Charges indicates how many charges an item has. The bandage currently shows 0 charges, whereas the pistol has 10 charges, its total number of shots. Durability represents the item's health. For example, the pistol has a durability of 100, while the bat's is 80. Decay indicates the item's level of decomposition. For example, raw meat will spoil over time and turn into rotten meat. Below these are custom fields you can leverage in your blueprints. For example, the Options field can store a unique code for an access card, allowing it to open only a specific door. The Bonuses field can be used to store information about the item's various upgrades. The Container Items field, for instance, can be used to store other items or weapon attachments. The Simulate Physics field controls whether the item is affected by physics and will fall when the game starts. The Infinite Item field determines whether the item is removed from the world when the player picks it up. This setting is used only for demonstration purposes in the product's showcase levels. Structure. This structure contains every item setting: name, description, icon, mesh, container size, attributes, and much more. You can find it under Systems, Items System, Structures. Let's open it. If you need to add a custom setting field, you can do so here, but in our experience, str item instance is highly flexible and rarely requires extra fields. This structure serves as the foundation for the project's entire item settings database. The DT Items TD data table, located in the Data Tables folder alongside all other tables, stores these settings. Now, let's review each field one by one. Item handle is the reference to the item settings within this table. Make sure to set it whenever you add a new item or rename a row. Name is the item's display name, shown in UI widgets. Description is the item's description that appears in UI widgets. Icon is the item's icon, displayed in UI widgets. World item class specifies the blueprint used when the item spawns in the world, for example, when dropped from the inventory or looted. If left blank, it defaults to the class set in the World Items Manager component of the Game State Actor by default. BLP World Item Interactable, which includes player interaction logic. The BP World Item Base class is also available. It has no built-in player interaction logic and can serve as the parent for items using your own custom interaction system. World Static Mesh is the mesh used to represent the item when it's placed in the world. World Static Mesh soft functions like World Static Mesh, but loads the mesh asynchronously to reduce runtime memory usage, ideal for optimization. Item tags are labels that define how the item behaves, such as which equipment slot it fits into. For full details on available tags and their effects, please refer to the product documentation. Size X and size Y define the item's dimensions in the inventory grid. MaxStack sets the maximum number of items that can occupy a single inventory slot. Max Charges defines the maximum number of charges. Max Durability specifies the maximum durability value an item can have. Decay Time specifies how long it takes for the item to decay. Weight per stack specifies the item's weight per full stack. Weight per amount specifies the additional weight added for each individual unit in the stack. Cost Multiplier determines the item's price factor when trading. Instance options are additional text options that you can use in blueprints. Attributes are the item's properties that can modify a character's stats when the item is equipped or used. Mapped Attributes provides the same attribute data as attributes, but uses convenient predefined text identifiers for easier reference. Mapped Handles are references to other data tables that extend an item's functionality. For example, linking this item to its usable item definition for character equip. See the documentation for detailed usage. Mapped soft objects are soft references to various assets, usable for different purposes through the asynchronous loading system. For full details, see the documentation. Now I'll show how to add and configure new items. You can add new items to the existing DT Items TD table or create a brand new custom table. To make a custom table, navigate to the folder where you want it. Click Add, Data Table, and then select the str item instance item setting structure. Name your new table DT Items. Custom, then open it. Click Add to create a new row. A new row is created. Now assign its row name and configure the item handle. For this example, let's create a new weapon type, an auto shotgun based on the rifle that fires buckshot. Set the row name to Weapon Auto Shotgun and assign its item handle. Next, enter the item's name and description and select its icon. These will be displayed in the UI widgets. In the World Item class field, select BP World Item Interactable, so the player can interact with and pick up the item. In the World Static Mesh field, choose the mesh to represent the item in the world. Alternatively, you can use World Static Mesh Soft. It uses less memory by loading asynchronously, though it incurs a small load delay. We recommend the soft variant for optimal performance, since it only loads into memory when needed. Next, select all the required item tags for your weapon. You'll find every tag under the Item System category. Let's locate the weapon category and select the primary tag so this weapon can be equipped in the primary slot. Then add the ranged and shotgun tags. The firearm tag marks it as a firearm and make sure to include automatic. This enables burst and automatic fire. Next, specify the corresponding ammunition type for the new weapon. To enable charge consumption and allow the player to reload, add the consumable and rechargeable tags. With the tag set, let's configure our new weapon's inventory size. Set size X to 4 and size Y to 2. Max stack should remain 1 since weapons cannot be stacked. Max charges specifies the number of shots the weapon can fire. Let's set it to 100. Set max durability to 100. Set the item's weight in the weight per stack field, for example to 5 units. Weight per amount can be ignored since the stack size is just 1 unit. Let's set the item's cost to 100 as an example. We don't need the Instance Options field for this item, so leave it blank. Next, we need to specify our weapon's damage. Use the Mapped Attributes field. This provides a more convenient, text-based way to assign attribute values. Let's create a new attribute called Damage. You can name it whatever you like. Gameplay behavior is determined by its gameplay tag. Then select the appropriate tag and set its value to 35. Next, configure the Mapped Handles field so the player can actually use this weapon. Set the usable item handle by choosing Ranged AR, Assault Rifle, from the DT Usable Items TD table. Next, set up the firing ability by assigning the ability handle. For example, choose Shoot Shotgun from the DT Abilities TD table. When you unload the weapon, its ammo should return to your inventory. To set this up, assign the Unload Item handle and select the corresponding shotgun ammo entry from the DD Items TD table. In our example, select Ammo Shotgun 001. For visual representation of the weapon and its ammo type in the hotbar, assign hotbar icon and ammo icon in the Mapped Soft Objects field. We'll set those up shortly. Now we can test the item. Duplicate the existing item actor in your level, then point it to your DT Items custom table. In the row name field, select Weapon Auto Shotgun. You'll immediately see the Auto Shotgun mesh appear in the world. Next, reset the shot count back to its default value, as demonstrated earlier. The shot count was set to 10 because it inherited the pistol's value when we duplicated the actor. Also, disable physics simulation. Everything's set. Let's launch the game and see how it all works. The player character has picked up the weapon. Aiming works correctly as well. Let's test out the weapon's firing now. Now let's try it out on some zombies. Everything's working perfectly. Let's test the weapon's unload functionality. Great! Everything is functioning as expected. Reloading also works perfectly. As I mentioned earlier, we need to configure the weapon and ammo icons for the hotbar. We can configure this using mapped soft objects. Let's copy the settings from an existing weapon and paste them into our new one. However, for the ammo icon, choose the shotgun ammo asset. As you can see, all of the icons are displaying correctly. The ammo type is shotgun shells, and the weapon type is assault rifle. That's it. For more information on this topic, please refer to the documentation or visit our support channels on our Discord. Thank you for watching, and happy developing.